Will they be catching your mobile? Yeah, I'll stand there. But mobile should be.
ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಅವಳ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್
ಕನ್ನಡ
ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅದು ಸರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ನೀವು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯಾಮೆರಾ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ನೀವು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಏನಾದ್ರು ತೋರಿಸಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಮೊಬೈಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿರೋದು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ.
ಆಡಿಯೋ ಓಕೆನಾ? ಆಡಿಯೋ ಏನು ಮೈಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಮೈಕ್ ಬೇಕಂದರೆ ಕೇಬಲ್ ರನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಮೈಕಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಲೈವು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಮೈಕ್ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಕೇಬಲಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ ಇಸ್ಬೇಕು.
ಮೈಕ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಮೈಕ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮದು? ಆ ಮೈಕ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ನಿಮಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಡೋರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕೇಬಲ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು. ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಮೈಕಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮೈಕ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಬರಲ್ಲ.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಬೇಡ,
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಹಾಕಲ್ಲ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೂ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ನೀವು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಹೊರಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಸಬೇಕು.
ಇವಾಗ ಇದು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ
ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ
ಆ ಮೈಕ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಔಟ್ಡೋರ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
It's all moving.
I don't know my pronunciation.
They have like long nights.
ಜನರನ್ನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ಬರೋದು ಆಡಿಯೋ
ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಡೋರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಡೋರ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜೋರ
ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಡಿಯೋ
ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ.
Not like
ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. Yeah, fourth.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session on Imagine 2050. The fourth day will be discussing on the topic design with empathy. Human stories as spatial and impressive communication. So, basically, broadly, the topic of discussion is problem solving. Problem can be the global problem, a problem can be a local indigenous problems, a problem which we face at home, or any requirement. Problem need not be any hurdle or an obstacle. Problem is any day-to-day requirement of a human being or anybody in the world, right? So basically, we'll be discussing about the problem solving, right? So we'll be focusing on designing with empathy. Few things written, many things you may understand now. I've kept it in a very abstract way. I think at the end of the session, you should be able to understand what I mean, right? So the title I have just divided into designing with empathy. I'm trying to solve problem for someone. I'm stepping in your shoe. I'm standing and I'm trying to observe what you require, and I feel that in my hand, and I try to design something for you. Right? And the spatial communication, the space in which or the object, whatever I am creating, should send the message, whatever I am feeling. Right? Then the impressive communication, my experience. The first one, the object or any physical components should be telling about the relation, it should be communicating the message. The impressive communication, my experience, how I am feeling, you give me the solution. Am I okay with that solution? How is my experience with your solution? Is what the topic, right? Huge topic. I just narrowed it down to some 2-3 small scenarios which we can understand easily, and how we apply these 3 things to understand the person for whom I am trying to solve the problem. Right? Just to give the background, I'll just 2 minutes I'll run this video. This was captured during the COVID time in one of the Kerala school. This should be summarizing my entire talk. The class teacher is trying to, for LKG students, she is trying to teach what the animal is, and COVID time, no students were in the class. She was teaching online, and she was trying to explain how elephant look like. Right, so 2 minutes.
In the middle of a classroom in Malappuram, Kerala, an elephant appears next to a teacher.
1, 2, 3.
The Moorkanadu AEMAUP school is experimenting with augmented reality during their virtual classes. This is the LKG class of the school.
So you can relate now with the topic what I was trying to see. You can see empathy there, right? You can see the spatial communication. You can see the experience what the person is getting, even though physically they are not present in the class, right? So any problem we think of should have these 3 things, and how technology support to in achieving these 3 things is the topic of discussion, right? So generally, coming from the background, I am from engineering background. What we used to do when it comes to problem solving, I am in the teaching field from past 2 decades. So what we do, we identify the problem, we gather the requirement to solve the problem, formulate the solution, design the algorithm, find a programming language, and we try to get the solution. software for the people, right? So how do you present? We present the functionalities of the problem and we will tell them how it works, how the software works, or anything, whatever we design, hardware component or the software component, computer or anything. We will tell them how it works. But we miss something. How we don't explain maybe the feedback or something. We don't take the input from the user and whether it suits the person, whether it is designed for his requirement is what we don't really relate that, right? So this is what we used to do in engineering, whether it is a software or whether it is civil engineering, mechanical engineering. Lot of things, lot of lab experiments, hands-on things we used to do. Even I did during my engineering. Everything is a solution over the time, right? So now we have reached a stage where we need to incorporate the three components which I have, right? So whatever we did here in this, whatever I am showing here. So we designed the solution and we presented the drawing, flowchart, block diagrams, PowerPoint presentations, and we showed them how the solution works, right? But we did not show them how it feels out of it, right? When you use it, right? What we missed in this is how people live, how people move, how people touch, how people struggle, and how they adopt the things whatever is given to you in the real space. This is what we miss, right? So design is not only logical, it is tangible and it is embodied, right? So when we are designing, we need to begin with how something is held, how it fits, how it supports, how it survives in the daily life. And today's design is no longer just a draw and display. We need to fabricate. We need to have some prototype which need to be shown. They need to experience it in the low cost or in affordable manner, and they should be able to experience how they live if something is created for them, right? So the entire topic is related to that. So trying to marry the design part as well as the engineering thing, so that it will reach out to the people, right? So when we talk about empathy, always we get confused with the sympathy. It's not that I feel for you, right? So already I explained. I see the world from where you stand and feel in my hands, like whatever is required for you. First I will experience. I ensure that you too will experience the same thing. So it is for individual and trying to create the solution, right? So quickly moving on, right? The session we have divided into two parts. I'll just explain one or two cases here. I'll just show some examples and videos. Then we'll move on to the hands-on thing, how we can do it with the thing, right? Empathy is there. How we are enabling an individual to solve his or her problem, or how we can help them to solve the problem specifically to them is what they think, right? So I was thinking whenever we used to teach 3D design in our university, I used to think that this 3D design should be taught for all the homemakers at home. So why? Because I am not doing any gender bias or anything here, right? In general, when I am taking, right, I have seen my sister, my mother, my wife, they are more inclined towards what they need in their house, right? So where the light should fall, where the wall frame should be there, where the wall should be kept, where plant should be inside the house, where they should be kept. All those things they experience a lot. They explain, like when we are trying to do the interiors of the home, they explain how it should be looking like, right? So sometimes they draw and they show it to us. for the contractor who will be doing it. But many times we imagine, we explain, and we adjust with whatever things available in the market. And sometimes we get satisfied, sometimes we may not get satisfied when we are designing the things, right? Without understanding the homemaker, we design certain things at home, right? So why don't we enable them to do on their own, design for themselves, right? So the tools, whatever the technology tools, whatever we use, should be useful for them to design the interiors for themselves at their home, right? So what we do, what we have here, how a 3D modeling can be done, how it can be printed, what are the requirements. Sometimes I think that if we do this in our local community place, that for doing these things, they need not be any graduate or anything. They should be creative, and they should be able to understand what somebody else is required. So 3D modeling and 3D printing is very low cost thing which we can give it to the people, and they can design the wall frames, vases, anything they can design, right? Few things we have kept outside there. So they can they can experience the models, what they require. They need not go and search in the market. So what they need, they can design on their own. The final thing may not be coming in one shot. They can keep redesigning the things till they are satisfied. Then they can go for printing. Something like this, the was, which was done by our students. Right? It takes some time, and then the God. It took a lot of time to print, to design this itself, right? But possible, right? It may not be very clear, done by our student, but we spend some time. This can be made as equal to what is available in the market. We are using PLAs here. There can be many materials which can be used to look like. Sometime for Vinayak Chaturthi or something, if you want to do something like this, and which are disposable, you can make it environmental friendly also. Ganesha of this, using this, right? So they can create those things which suits them. They need not buy what is available. They need not get adjusted with the things whatever is available in the market or whatever they get, right? So so physical object will become the language. Physical objects will become the language here. 3D object is one thing. AR, so that talks about the spatial. This talks about the immersive communication, where you can experience, right? AR, if you learn augmented reality, is what we are trying to do. You can visualize and you can experience what you are doing, right? Not many times we tend to see, we tend to believe that these are all too technical things, a lot of coding is required, but whatever we experience is, we have a lot of tools available, which is no coding, low coding things which can be used, right? So there is an empathy, there is a special thing, and there is a experience involved in this, right? So they can design whatever is required for their home, right? So this is the augmented reality if you want to experience, right? This is not only for showing the video. We'll show you with at the end. We'll have a hands-on thing. We'll show you. May not be so precise as this, but you can experience whatever you want to do in your hand. That is augmented reality, right? This one thing, right, which is by doing this, you can get the feedback, immediate feedback when you are designing, right? So that you can correct, and you can see also that am I going in the right direction, the way I want it to be designed using the augmented reality. So these three things can be used. The tools can be used for the personal designing or solving the problem for myself, or I can sit with you, understand your experience, and I can do it for you. Second case study, which is very close to my heart, is the dog prosthetic leg. A lot of street dogs we see in the city with the broken leg, right? Or in the dog shelters, pet shelters. They struggle a lot. Sometimes somehow they adjust, right? So getting this type of solution for the dogs in the shelter home is not a big deal now, right? I need to understand each and every dog. The leg, whatever I am designing, is not common. I cannot design commonly for all the dog. Each and every dog will have their own problem, size, comfort to fit, right? So I need to keep doing it, and I need to. I'll be observing how the dog feels, what is the experience of the dog, and I can print the leg. Print the leg for the dog. I don't want to call it as a customizable thing, but I tell that I am doing it in an empathical manner, right? I understand what is the requirement of the dog, and I give the solution for it, right? So there is an empathy, there is a 3D printing, right? So I can achieve, I can design something involving the empathy by using the 3D printing, modeling and printing, right? So one more problem which we really work in our university with our students, which is a multidisciplinary project. What we do, we run a robotic lab. We build the robots, right? So first robot which we built was this, which was built to interact with the people, right? All these parts are 3D printed parts, right? But main idea here is how we can build something, some solution where we can take care of the elderly people who will be left alone at the home when nobody is there during the daytime if somebody is going out. It is applicable for child care also, right? I want to monitor the child, right? Or I want to design something so that a child can use or elderly people can use, because requirement of the child and the requirement of the elderly people is not as common. Like I can design something and I can give it to all youngsters, something, right? But the requirement of elderly people will be different. We need to address them individually, right? So it based on their strength. It is based on their health condition, right? So if somebody wants to use the laptop, if their fingers are shaking for any health reason, we can provide them. They themselves they can design, or I am a son or the daughter, I can sit with them together. I can design this type of thing, using which they can use the keyboard without shaking. Sometimes they can type it fast, right? And the grips, whatever they want to hold, we can design specifically for them, right? So very affordable thing, right? So there is empathy, there is a 3D printing part here, the AR part, right? So always we used to think of creating the avatar, like elderly people or the child wish to talk to their parents, or elderly people may wish to talk to their children, right? I can create the robot like this, which may talk to them, but they may not feel that they are talking to their own people, right? So there comes the empathy. So we can create the avatars where even the voice modulation to everything. If you go a little bit technical, that's what I told, this is an interdisciplinary thing, right? I can involve my engineering students, I can involve the design students to come together and solve this type of problem, right? We don't know, like as engineering student, we will be not knowing the type of skin or the materials should be used, how hairs should be designed, how dress should be designed, all those things we are not aware. We can involve School of Design students and School of Engineering students. They come together and they try to solve this type of problem, right? So there is empathy. I'm doing it for individual person, elderly or a child who is at home, and we have the 3D and we have the augmented reality part here, right? So then this is what one thing. Like again, if we go a little bit, how we can capture the empathy in the elderly people when they are at home? How we come to know that they are feeling emotionally, how they are feeling, right? So we can build these type of robots which we are building, which can monitor them without violating any privacy thing. That it can monitor, understand what they need. Little bit of artificial intelligence, little bit of data science which are required here. We can build it together. So empathy can be understood what they require through the artificial intelligence, through the AI thing which we can process in this, right? So this is the one of the case which I thought I'll discuss. Similarly, in the healthcare, there are a lot of things which can be designed for individual patient. It need not be a common thing like a toothbrush for anybody. Anybody can go and purchase, right? I just go, sit, experience, and I can design, right? I don't want to go for normal casting with the orthopedic. So whatever I like, I can sit, design, so that I will not be under depression. That so 45 days, I feel happy wearing these type of things, right? So similarly, the pen stand or anything, whatever you want to design, right? Easy to design. That's what we are trying to teach you. Design whatever you want and use it, right? So same thing which is used in the entertainment film industry also, right? The Star Wars, whatever the monsters or the properties, whatever they used, the 3D modeling were used. I don't want to play this video, but there is one good video which I want to play here. This video, you can see, this is related to the augmented reality. One of the best video I like designing something for the children's who are not able to visualize, right? I can explain how Burj Khalifa look like, how the what is the height, like how Unity building will look like in Bangalore. But there are some areas in the world where the lands are flat, building sites are low, and if I try to explain 8-story building, they will not be able to visualize, right? So augmented reality can be used to make them realize, experience how the building look like, right? So just play this.
My name is Lance Teasling. I'm in middle school in Eagle Grove, Iowa. Eagle Grove is not a very tall place. It's actually very flat. This is the tallest building on Main Street. It is about 50 feet tall. When I grew up, I want to be an architect and design skyscrapers. Yesterday at school, we went on a class trip, but this was not a normal trip with buses. This was something very different. The very first expedition we went on was to the Burj Khalifa.
Go ahead and grab 2 hands and put them to your face.
It's so tall.
Okay, we're going to go to the 153rd floor.
Okay, this was one good example which I wanted to show. And again, this one, right? I told, right? The problems or the requirement can be from the household to the social problem or the problem which is related to the police department for investigation. There can be law related things, whatever thing, right? So here we are trying to build this forensic hand, hand which can sketch by listening to your inputs. You are trying to explain, you are the eyewitness, you are trying to explain how a person look like, the criminal look like. So it can be designed, it can be designed to sketch what you are talking about. There is a lot of ambiguity in the language. Like I used to always tell that the person was the person was a boy and 18 years. So it's a 18. The person boy is a boy 18 years is a very ambiguous statement. You cannot, but a system should understand that ambiguity and should be able to sketch that, right? So the way human understand, there was ambiguity, right? Maybe if I tell that the person looks like Sardaji, so how Sardaji will look like? Right? So this system should be able to. That's what one thing which we are trying to design is the hand which we are trying to design, right? So there is empathy, there is object, there is experience which is used for drawing things, right? So this was one thing, right? So just to summarize, the traditional way of problem solving. So we just try to identify the problem, gather the requirement, design the algorithms, implement the solution, and present the system. But with empathy, when we involve empathy into it, we understand the lived experience, observe behavior in the context, design, interaction, and form, fabricate, test, and feel is what I was stressing on. Let the user experience when the problem is solved, right? They get the feedback, right? So there comes the empathy when we incorporating empathy in the problem solving. Engineering things are there, but empathy, understanding how what an individual is very much important. So what we do, and we all the 5 programs whatever we have, we don't tell them they are different program at Videshil University. We try to intersect all the things together so that the problem, if a person required any requirement, if there has any requirement in terms of financial thing, engineering student who is designing the solution for them should be able to understand when they talk about their finance thing. Similarly, economics, similarly psychology, right? Similarly, legal thing. If somebody like we run a legal aid clinic in the campus, if you want to build a automated solution to it, my engineering students should understand the legal term, right? What maybe, right? I used to tell my students, won't talk to people in the North Bangalore, understand what are the legal things they really face. I mean, mostly the real estate related things, because real estate is booming near the Bangalore. There can be family issues. There can be a lot of things we need to understand what exactly they are. Then our legal incorporate those things in our university so that we can help them, right? Without understanding the villagers around us, if we try to build some robot for legal aid clinic, it will be a good, it is not going to help. So this is what we try to do at the Videshil. This is how the topic, what I was trying to tell. You understand the story of an individual, try to understand, then use the space and use the experience to come out with the solution. This is the topic, and that's what we believe at Videshil, right? So now I think this 3 things are will give much clarity than what we started with, right? So any problem you take from household thing to the police department or the legal things, all these things are required. You cannot go only with the engineering way of solving things. Everybody are required to solve the problem, is what we try to communicate. So what changed? The way we design, we moved from explaining system to experience human realities, from showing how it works to feeling how it fits to a person, right? So why it is required? Why it matters a lot now? Because complexity is increasing, attention is decreasing, human disconnect is growing. So when all these things are happening, empathy is not an option. We need some way to understand a person and try to give the solution. So spatial and immersive communication should help us to bridge this gap, right? So designing is not a job, now it's become a responsibility, right? Empathy force design, right? Designed to leave the screen and enter the real life. So the future of design is not the smart technology. That's what I tell to my students always. We teach a course where IoT course, Internet of Things course, we teach them to come up with the problem, solve it. So it is not about only the smart technology, but deeper empathy should be there. Then only the solution, whatever you are giving, make a lot of sense to us, right? So that's the end, right? How to do it? So let's have some hands-on thing, right? So not going to, there are a lot of stuff available in the internet in this AI era. We need not learn the coding, but I'm just going to teach you two things using Tinkercad, very simple way. People who are in the online also can use these two free tools for experiencing how the 3D model can be designed and how AR can be used. Two simple things we are going to use. You can use for solving any problem, right? So we are not deviating, right? We are just showing you how physical object can be created for the experience and how AR can be used for experience. You can be part of the solution and the experience. We had 3-4 lab sheet. If anybody want to use the laptop, we have laptop. If you want to use, we have laptop. They can mouse. So this is a Tinkercad platform where you can design the 3D model, right? By the time Madam experience set it up things, I'll just bring one more model.
Hi all. Sir talked about empathy and 3D design and AR, VR, many things. With respect to 3D design, we have a lot of 3D modeling software which are freely available, as well as a few professional softwares also we have. But as we are starting for the first time as a beginner, let us introduce you to the platform that is called Tinkercad platform. You can go to any one of the browser and you can type this URL, that is tinkercad.com. If you go to this website, it will ask you to create an account. Steps are very simple steps. Just you can ask like how we create Google account, Gmail account. We can click on it and whatever details are being asked, we can provide it. So the accounts will be created. Actually, this is a web-based software, the platform. We no need to install any specific drivers or any software in the system. That is why I am introducing you to this platform. And also it's a free software, and it is a web browser based software. So by using the simple browser, by creating an account, we can do it. And also it is a very user friendly software to begin with. That is user friendly in the sense, just if you know how to drag and drop, yes, we'll assume that we know how to design the 3D models. That's how I'm introducing this platform. It will be fun to create a model as a designer or as a person who is interested in modeling the 3D objects. So what we have to do, once if you go here, just you have the option called create. This platform not only supports 3D design, it supports coding, code blocks and circuits. Let me take you through 3D design.
This was the model which we created. So this was designed using 3D modeling printed, and there is a electronics part also involved in this. This is the prototype of the prosthetic leg for the dog which was designed and it was tested. So there is electronics component plus the 3D part, right, for the dog. So that's what we have 3D, and we have the circuit part. We're not going to touch the circuit part. We'll just show you how 3D modeling can be done using this tool.
So we started from this platform. We ended up with creating our own humanoid robot by modeling and as well as printing in our own in-house 3D printer. So just what you have to do is you have to go to 3D design, and I hope I'm not talking as an engineer. Here we'll have some fun activity like design. It's not only like humanoid design or technology related 3D objects can be created. For example, as a fun, I'll just show you, can we create some flowers kind of things using some standard shapes. You can find it here, all the basic shapes you can find it here, and advanced shapes with respect to different domains you can click on and you can drag and drop. Just I'm going to show you one thing, and if you are interested you can ask us, we can post lab sheets also, you can practice. Just I'll drag and drop it here. This is a sphere shape. Using the sphere shape I wanted to create a flower, right? So what I can do, I can just adjust the petal shapes and size however I like, right? So just what I did, I just dragged and dropped it over here. Just you click and Control C, and just I'm setting the rotating angle here by clicking here. Maybe I'm writing it as like 22.5 rotation angle, right? And maybe Control D if you press, and if you do this, you can rotate according to your this one, and keep pressing Control D, and you can see it's a very simple step. So the flower is done, right? So that's how we enjoy and we feel how the objects will look like. So how are we liking this? Or do we need to create a different thing? So for example, now if I want to group it, I can select it and I can group it, right? After that, if I want to make a whole as like to create a different types of flowers, maybe I'll select the whole size like this. So just I'll drag and drop it over here. I'll make it as a whole, as a hollow to make the whole. Then I can select this. I have the line object here. You can make it a center by clicking on this direction center and this direction center, and x-axis also center. And post that you can select this and you can group it again. You can see as this is slow, so it's not visible here. Otherwise, yeah, just make it. So that's it, right? So it's a simple tool. We can begin with this. I hope design is a very interesting field. We can feel how it is, and also by using these kind of simple 3D modeling softwares, we can be more creative because we are visualizing this in front of our eyes, right? So that's how I enjoy and
we want
enjoy
to create
this.
something for our home, right? Homemakers, explain. I can do it without knowing the code, without spending too much, right? That's how we have printed this. So even we can print, we can save this as STL files. We have printers at campus which can print objects like this, right? So we had planned for 3-4 examples. If we can give the lab sheet, we can work at home, or if somebody is online, if they need lab sheet, we can share it in the link, right? So this is about the 3D design and printing, right? Thanks. So next we have the AR, augmented reality thing, right? So we have similar to this ThinkerCAD, we have something called Delight X Edu. Similarly, we can even you can do the 3D modeling in this, but this has an option for creating the augmented reality. If you remember the elephant which I showed, you can experience the elephant in your hand. So just trying to show that how we can do it. I'll just go to the gallery itself. to show you a simple thing which is called merge cube, which Tanmay is going to show. So what happens, right? Somebody want to explain about themselves. I don't want to create a resume, or I don't want to create a PPT or anything for myself, right? So this is similarly the way 3D modeling was done. Similarly, this also can be created. So we can have this, right? How to experience this in our hand, right? So same thing. This app you can install in your mobile phone, and this is the merge cube. On you see this cube, the same thing, right? It shows different side of this cube. Whatever is designed, so that will be visible when you use it in your hand. So you can show that. So you can experience in your hand. Build an elephant, and you can experience the elephant on this cube.
So rather than making like the boring introductions of yours, you can make like a 3D experience in your own hand and show your
Explain
hobbies.
about yourself.
Yeah, hobbies and what you are looking for, what you want to be. Or also like now the thing that we are doing, we can do our own mission board in this same 3D merge cube.
So all these 3D objects, whatever we designed there, can be used here also. You can design your own chair. If you want to design your room, you can design your room using this cube. How where the fan should be, where the bed should be, where the TV should be, where your space for your pet, everything we can design and you can experience in your hand. And if you want to build something, if you want to show it to somebody that I want a room to be designed something like this, you can show it to them using this. So your room can be designed as is. Any other thing? If somebody wants to experience, you can.
Okay, what did you want? You can do it.
So you will have everything in your mobile. Go to some contractor and with this much you can explain it. So you can build anything. You can build elephant also, and you can make somebody to experience how the elephant look like.
So this cube remains the same for
Cube remains same for all. But only the app whatever you are designing, you can design in the laptop, log in with the same credentials in your mobile phone, and you can use that.
You can create the 3D models, whatever you want. Maybe the image of this room. 3D models you can design. You can place it in that particular place, and you can visualize how it look like. And so it will be like you are experiencing in life how it will look like. So that's how.
This cube is like linked to the account. It has to be printed once and then.
Yes, we have the printed thing you can carry. And you to make this cube.
Okay.
And
But
you
you
can
can then generate it like based on the account. Then create
so that's what you need to create your account. Design this.
Okay.
Install the app in your mobile.
And then you can choose.
And you can log in with the same credentials. Whatever you are designing in your laptop is available in your mobile. You just need to carry your cube.
These are the sheets you can make
Something like a room. If you say, see the interiors of a room where the bed is going to be there. How are you going to do that with a cube?
You'll have your room, and suppose you want a specific type of bed, you can design your own bed using 3D design.
So this is
And
the
you can
cube.
place it.
Basically, this is the cube. So you can rotate. And you can design, like if you consider this as your, like I can see inside. So you can consider this as your room. And if you want to place anything, like let me see.
Item.
So if you just want to place this vase, you can travel in that flow. If I want to use this, like I want to attach, I can use anywhere. If I can attach, it will get attached. So you can utilize the vase. How you want to attach this here. And I will attach, I want to keep it here. So this was placed here. So you can see that. So if you assume that this is your room, 4 walls, this is the floor. So what this wall should be, what this wall should be, what is the background, what is the top ceiling, how the floor looks like if you do that, and you can close it, and you log in your mobile and carry the merge cube, and you can show it to the interior designer. I want my room design, right? So you can personalize things whatever however you need, right? And also, like, not only you, if anybody you can sit with them, understand what they need, they can, when you are sitting with them, design it. Once they tell yes, then right? So, with that, we'll close this session. I believe I made sense to the title which I had proposed, right? So, there is empathy, there is a space, and the experience should help you to solve any problem in any area, irrespective of the size of the problem. It can be from home to